Hi, my name is Kristen Chavez Smith. I grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I work as a Community Services Division Manager for the City of Albuquerque. I oversee 22 community centers, about 24 before and after school sites at the APS elementary schools, our therapeutic recreation program, which is recreation for kids with and without disabilities, all of our meal programs, and all of our educational programs. So basically, I oversee a budget of $16 million, a staff of up to 800 at any given time, and a full-time staff of 40 employees. In order to review the performance of employees, we look at those goals. We look at how far those goals have been accomplished, how much has been accomplished. We do have a system in place in the city of Albuquerque that sets goals. It's like digital. We set it on the computer, and we can touch base with our employees at different points in time to see how close they are at achieving their goals. And some of these goals aren't just for what we're trying to accomplish on our team, but they might be individual goals as well. So I like to sit with my team one-on-one and say, what are your goals for your career? Not just your program, but how are you trying to grow as an individual? How are you trying to grow as a leader, as a manager? And we talk about those things so that they can maybe go back to school and get their master's degree, or maybe it's just becoming a better leader with their own staff and how they can accomplish those goals. So I like to work with my team on not just the division goals, but also my staff's individual goals for themselves. So, my path started like a lot of other people in my career realm. I started as a recreation leader for the city of Albuquerque when I was 16 years old. I went to the University of New Mexico after high school graduation. I got my bachelor's in family studies. I really thought, maybe I'll go into social work. Maybe I'll be a counselor. So, I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to help people. I knew I wanted to make people's lives better. So I graduated with this idea, and I couldn't get a full-time job after graduation. And I decided, okay, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to get my master's degree, and maybe that will help me set out on a path. And so I decided to go with public administration. It was the best decision I made. I've been a city employee since, and I graduated in 2008 with my master's degree in public administration with a focus in public management. And then I took over as division manager in 2019. So love my job. I love what I do. The end goal was, I always said I wanted to help people, and going into public service has really fulfilled that desire for me. Yeah. So when I reflect on my high school experience, I think about one program in particular that I participated in. It was called Student Outreach. And so it was a class that I took as an upperclassman, junior and senior year. And you had to apply to get in. And basically it was a program facilitated by a teacher and then a guidance counselor. And it was to give us information to then take into a freshman class and teach that class once a week. And so we taught on everything from communication styles, personality styles, to like peer pressure and really heavy things that teenagers go through. And really, it was my first taste in leadership. It was my first taste in being able to be a role model for other people. It was kind of a peer situation. In high school, freshman, senior seems like a big age division. It's really not. But really being able to take that information, give it back to younger, peers of mine, and help them guide their lives in a positive direction. I just really enjoyed that experience. Just enjoy the experience of your first job. Try to learn as much as you can in that first experience. It might not be the job that you stick with for the rest of your career. My path, even though I started in this realm, it did zigzag around, and I did other things. And I came back to something that I really love doing, and that's okay. So to learn from your first job, to learn from your first boss. I'll also say sometimes you learn just as much from a bad boss as you do from a good boss. So some of my greatest lessons have been who I don't want to be as a leader, who I don't want to be as a manager, and at the time, maybe I was unhappy or maybe I didn't love the experience. But in reflection, it's made me a better person. It's made me a better manager. It's made me a better leader.